good level, but still finds a little bit of a struggle with the Fox matchup. So I'm interested to see the way he decides to play this game.
That was a beautiful drill grab. Double up air, 45% right out the gates.
So a lot of what Puff wants to do is kind of wait out these like perfect up throw up air percents, because it's really hard to win if you just die every time you're touched. But, you know, Puff is very capable of doing that as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And something that I'm interested to see is HiFi is not quite as like rest heavy as some of these other Puffs. He's a lot more solid in neutral than a lot of our other Puffs in this region in general.
Right.
But he's not quite as comfortable at just letting it rip with those rests. So, but I really think to win this set,
you're gonna
need to let it rip.
Yeah, you need to let it rip against someone like Hax, who's been playing Puffs for God knows how long.
Yeah, the risk reward just makes so much more sense when you're playing a character.
Oh, he's that's scary. Just that aggressive dash dance into your face.
And you see how Hax isn't shooting any lasers right now. He's like, this is the juicy percent for that up throw up air. And so you'll see HiFi hanging out on these side platforms a lot because he doesn't want to just give that to Hax. Really good recovery from Hax. A full drift back on that full jump was amazing to avoid the back air.
And that won't do it.
Not quite.
That'll do it, yeah.
Oh, that shield poked. That feels bad for HiFi.
Right, that nice little ear.
Yeah. Hax's movement is always so confusing to me.
Yeah.
I can barely watch. Oh, that back air poked.
Actually, I didn't realize he got his jump back from that.
Yeah, he just barely landed, I guess. I didn't think he got his jump back either. I think surprised HiFi as well. Everyone's surprised, except for Hax. He always knows.
Well, it's like you can check in a situation.
That's true.
The longer you've been playing the game, the more you're like ready to check without being surprised that you don't have it and like dying. Because you'll see that with a lot of lower level players, they'll just like be like, oh, I lost my jump, and then just die.
And just die.
Oh, that was a beautiful short. Yeah.
But I think that now that HiFi sees that, he's going to be much more ready to cover that.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's something he's been working on a lot, is covering those shortens. Oh, he tried to wait for the spot dodge, but he went a little bit too early still. Oh, really hanging out in that airspace right around like Hax's full jump spot, trying to bait him into hitting him, but and it nets him a stock. Oh, okay.
Kind of just like a little bit of a, yeah. I like that. Can he get the up air? He got a single hit up there. Yeah,
that's that juicy percent. He got one pummel to make sure.
Yeah, Hax will know exactly what percent he's going for.
Oh, yeah.
He always changes up his game, as you were mentioning. He like stops lasering entirely because he doesn't want to rack up 1%, so he leaves that range.
You see Armada and Leffen do that a whole bunch too, where it's like, oh, they're at this perfect percent, and so now this is the time where I'm just going to dash dance and fish for grab.
Yep. It's just like overall knowing how to play your neutral to the like range and percents of like your kills.
Right. And so this is perfect right here for Hax.
And this is kind of scary. He's not going to go down. Rest is definitely off the table now.
That SE on the drill was so wild. Yep, he got so much. He got hit by 2 hits of drill and was like, nope, I'm out. And he just dashed away.
Yep. So that was not a blowout of a game at all.
It was very convincing from Hax, but it wasn't out of the question.
It was very, it was very Hax controlled the whole time.
That's a really good way to say it.
Because even though like HiFi was kind of like, you know, keeping up, it was him keeping up with Hax's pace. Hax was setting like the tone for the match.
And that's
constantly.
so hard to play at someone else's speed, especially if they're the better player on paper.
Right, especially if they're playing faster. If they're slowing it down and you have to kind of like adjust to that, that's not that hard. But like Hax is not easing up at all.
Yeah.
That was weird. I actually, for like a second, thought he had smashed DI out.
He got 1 input, but you need 2 to get that full smash DI out.
Back air.
Yep. Okay.
I like that, not stealing your up air.
I don't think it's...
And not risking. It's like stealing your up air and risking the...
Risking the smash DI is the biggest thing.
Because you're going to net damage regardless.
For sure. And back air and up air, I think it's about the same damage. I don't know for sure.
Yeah, I'm not 100% certain.
And that should be a kill.
Yeah, a single hit again.
And you see HiFi kind of roll his eyes. Is like, oh, I can't even get scrub checked on that. Like I can't I can't show people I can do this smash DI if he doesn't let me do it. Okay, a good little combo from HiFi. Can't quite finish it. Hax gets out.
Oh my god, Hax kind of just all over him. I think Hax kind of has a little bit more of like a read on what how HiFi is like, kind of like playing.
He's been doing a really good job of when HiFi lands on the ground, keeping him on the ground. And that's a really scary place for Puff to be, because that's where a lot of your big combos can start.
Right.
With like up tilts and just little nair up air stuff. It's a bad place for Puff. But she does have to land, and a lot of the really blowout potential comes off of grounded Puff with up tilt and just grab.
Right. Hax isn't opting to laser much here at all.
I'm not sure about right now why those weren't lasers, but he actually really good to get the laser. All of you Foxes should be doing that laser. You get the same frames when you land after laser. And you just get extra %. If you don't hit with it, it doesn't matter. You can get the up smash anyways. It doesn't slow you down at all.
That was nasty.
Shout out to all the Foxes who aren't doing that yet. Please start doing that.
Yeah. Hax is kind of putting on a clinic now.
Yeah, he totally is. Yeah.
Oh, and that air dodge.
That's his last jump. Oh, but he made it back.
Yep.
I think Hax tried to cover him fading back to the ledge instead of going on stage.
Yeah, but that was kind of like HiFi's only option in that situation.
Right, well, he had the ledge and barely on stage. So Hax kind of got a 50-50 there.
Hax's shine stalls off the ledge, or off stage, have been like really good tripping up HiFi's edge guards.
They've looked really hard to deal with. Yeah. Because you kind of have to hard read when he's going to leave, and he can leave at any moment.
Yep. And then just like sweet spot the ledge just from the double jump. So
I'm just realizing we played that game on not on Dreamland. We went to
Fountain. Yeah. So HiFi opting to go to the more commonly known favorite Puff stage.
Yeah, I think that maybe he was trying to get some more information before he took him to his best stage. And he knows that he has to win twice to win or 3 times to win the set. So taking him to his second counter pick isn't the worst thing to do first.
Yeah, and I've always seen from like, you know, more of the, I guess, higher level Puffs, they don't normally favor Fountain.
Yeah, and I know that HiFi has talked to me about how he doesn't really like Fountain that much. Maybe he's trying to get over his dislike of it by playing it a little bit more. But I mean, the other
Can he get that? He gets the single hit again.
That's wild. I don't know. He's had like one where he did get single hit, and that's insane.
Hax, please, dude, come on. Just all that pressure.
Okay, so they're both poking a little bit. I really like Hax's use of the top platform there to kind of just relieve pressure, because HiFi was really encroaching on his space there well. And it just kind of like, it's even like a momentum stop. And then he's dead.
Yep. Already a 2-stock lead from Hax.
Perfect percent once again. And that's so hard for Puff mains to come to get over.
Yeah, absolutely. And like we were mentioning before, like, in my view, that's like the difference between like a high-level player and a mid-level player. Like, Hax adjusts how he plays constantly for each percent, knowing like how, like, what he's gonna be fishing for, what he's gonna be looking for. He's cognizant of like actually thinking towards what he wants to do. Like there's intent. It's much more intentional than you see from like say like a mid-level player.
And where they're just trying to use moves that will hit in this situation.
What will you believe will work and like kind of net you like small like advantage states.
Okay. But while we're talking about that, HiFi gets an edge guard into a rest.
Yeah, bringing it right back to even. A little bit of a percent deficit, but not anything out of the question.
Oh, and now he's going for a lot of these tomahawk grabs.
Oh, and that. And the tech. The tech and the burn.
He couldn't quite get the reverse fair he got on the first one. And you still can't really go for back air because there's not enough room to get around him. Really good realization from Hax that he was going to get hit by that full fair, and I guess he probably was teching anyways.
Does he get the single hit? Okay. I thought he was about to get it again.
That would be so
Jab
insane.
up air, misses but gets the nair. Good smash DI, but it's not enough. This is not out of the question for HiFi. HiFi can do this.
No. He even has rest for at least a little bit longer.
But like you said, he's not really one to just let it rip like that.
No, no. And you've really only seen him go for the rests in those like tried true up throw rests
Like those
situations.
very, very bread and
Yes.
butter guaranteed known situations.
I haven't seen him go for much up airs at all, actually. And I guess Hax isn't really giving it to him. He's not been full hopping nearly as much as the Fox we were watching earlier.
Right. I mean, Hax being like the proponent of 20XX, like, you know, it's all about like throwing moves out the quickest, throwing moves out the fastest.
Jumping is inoptimal.
Yeah.
You have to go through jump squat frames.
But he's been very good about mixing up his jump heights and like actually doing like, you know, double jumps to like change up his times. Like right there.
Yeah, using the full hop to retreat to the top or to the side platform while still putting on pressure. This just looks so hard for HiFi.
Yeah. Hax is kind of showing how this matchup, like, as frustrating as it can be for Fox, can be like way more frustrating for Puff if you're playing it correct.
Exactly. Just not giving him anything, like not doing anything particularly dumb.
Oh my god, that was a beautiful angle. But tournament winner, gonna cost him the stock. Not out of the question for HiFi. One good grab can do it.
He just needs one hit and then he can go for a rest. And just Hax is not going to try and give him that hit, but there it is. That's all he really needs to start going for those up tilts, up airs, and grabs.
You know that like photo where it's like, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah.
What photo?
So yeah, it's like this photo of I think it might be like from The Office, where it's like, show us the difference between these two photos, and it's like they're the same thing.
Yeah.
It's like Fox at 130% and like Puff at 12. Or like Fox at 12% and like Puff at 130% last stock.